Hey team, Danielle Janiszewski, Double Diamond Leader. I am putting together the questions and answer video. I'm going to actually talk really fast probably, so because I have a lot of things to talk about. So feel free to pause, back up, whatever while you're watching this, take notes. So what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to read the question and then I'm going to kind of give my take on things. So before I get into anything, I really want to preface it and say that this is me saying these things. It's not like how the team should do things or whatever. This is just how my take, take it for what it's worth, do whatever. But this is just me. I don't have the answers to everything. I'm not perfect. I'm going to forget things as I'm talking about this. So maybe even we can start a conversation in the comment section if anyone has any questions or anything. So, and sorry, I look like I'm ready for bed because I'm ready for bed. It's been a long day. But I want to do this so I don't forget tomorrow and get busy with Mr. Parker. So, all right, getting started. What do you say to potential DTs that tell you that their area is backing up? Sorry, I didn't go up to the top. What's the best way to start learning how to blitz when you are out and about? Honestly, the best way that I can think when you first get started is to watch some videos and go to the team pages and search in the top right corner and search blitzing. And then a bunch of feed will come up on blitzing tips, blitzing videos. That would be my number one thing. Second thing is blitzing is super, super important. So you've got to get out there. So take your blitz cards and just go talk to people. And you're going to learn. People are going to be rude. People are going to be nice. You're going to get it all. But that's how you are more comfortable with answering questions. You got to get out there and talk to people. Blitzing, your favorite places. How do you start the conversation? What do you say? Honestly. If I'm going to be honest, you've got to figure out what works for you. So a lot of people, videos that I've watched have said, that they say, have you tried this crazy rap thing? Well, I feel like an idiot when I say that. And I don't feel like I'm very genuine when I say that. So that didn't work for me. So what works for me is, can I give you a coupon? And I feel like once I kind of open that up and say, can I give you a coupon? Then we can start the conversation going. Well, what is it? Well, what does it do? What does it do? And how's it work? And blah, 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 whatever, all this stuff. You really make money doing this? And, the conversation goes from there and it just makes it easier. I feel like when I say, have you tried that crazy rap thing? I feel like I'm like doing a commercial and that's just not me. So, and as I'm going through these, write down questions. If I'm not answering something or if I'm not clear, put it in the comment section. For events, what's the best way to optimize your table? Good question. First and foremost, I don't think that it should be bulky. I don't think you should have a ton of stuff. I think you should have some things to show. I think you should maybe have a couple posters that maybe you just print out, like a 8x10 or whatever. I definitely think you should have greens on the go samples. I definitely think you should have green shoes samples. I definitely think you should be doing a Fat Fighters demonstration. Ask Brooke how much fun we had at a demonstration or at an event. I basically yelled to everybody. I was like, I'm going to do a demonstration if anyone wants to come over. Fat Fighters demonstration, whatever I did. And a lot of people came over. Even like other vendors came over. And the looks on their faces was pretty priceless. So it's pretty cool to kind of see everyone. Oh my God, that really does work, doesn't it? And whatever. So it was really cool to do that. But you've got to be comfortable with it. Like, some people aren't going to be comfortable yelling at an event, being like, hey, I'm doing a demonstration. Get comfortable. Get out of your comfort zone. We ended up getting a couple customers for Fat Fighters because we did the demonstration. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable. What do you say to Facebook friends who you don't know, but you have mutual friends with? So I don't understand if you're Facebook friends with them. So I'm going to do both of them. So if you're already Facebook friends with them, shoot them a message and say, hey, just curious, if you've heard of It Works or this crazy rap thing. Have you ever tried their products? Would you be interested in maybe learning more about how to make some money with it? My favorite product is blah, 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 whatever. You can say something like that, or you can just say, hey, have you tried this crazy rap thing? Or you can just say, hey, have you ever heard of It Works before? But most important thing is always end it with a question, because they're reading it and they feel, she asked me a question, I have to answer the question, basically, so they'll get back to you. They don't always get back to you. Like, I want to say like 75% of the people I message don't get back to me. So keep messaging. Did they say no? No, they didn't say no. So keep messaging. So people that you don't know, I would just say, hey, blah, blah, blah. Now, people that you do know, I would maybe say something about their kids or something about their family or whatever. Kind of have a conversation about that first. Hey, my God, your son is so big. I can't believe how big he's gotten, blah, blah, blah. I also want to touch base with you and see if you've ever heard of It Works before. I'm actually a distributor and I'm whatever. Go from there. Be genuine, though. Don't act like you're advertising or something like that. What do you say to potential DTs that tell you that their area is oversaturated? I don't get that a lot, but it's really funny to hear people like Katie, Joey, and Megan kind of talk about it with Potsdam, and it's kind of BS is kind of how they respond. Like, no, sorry, like there's a bunch of people within the same zip code, and we're all doing just fine. So that's kind of the things I've heard from them, but I really don't get that much from people. But I would just tell people, give it a shot. Like, you have your different circle of friends. Everybody has their different circle of friends. My thing is Facebook. So you're not going to have the same Facebook friends as that person. So build your network and go from there. Someone commented negatively on one of my Facebook posts. How do I respond, or is the response even necessary? Honestly, each one's very different. So most likely what I would say is ignore. If someone, I would probably say ignore if it's someone's if it's their post. But if someone comments negatively on yours, I'd probably say something back to them. But know what you're talking about and make sure that it doesn't sound like you're getting in a cat fight. It kind of made me mad the other day. I posted about, it was just the other day, protein shake with greens or whatever, and some chick commented, oh, do you take these? And I said, absolutely. Or do you take these while nursing? Absolutely, blah, blah, blah. And she threw up some controversial post about how I shouldn't be taking it because of whatever. So I was like, great, now I gotta defend this, and this is not fun. Now, some people would delete that, and I thought about deleting it, but I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna be hiding. I look like I'm gonna be hiding something if I delete it. So I did my homework. I looked in a bunch of groups, messaged a couple people, and I found the information, and I responded back, and she said, she wrote back to me, and then I wrote back to her, type of thing, so it was okay. But some people are just going to be haters. But for me, I don't really engage in that because it just takes away from me working my business. So, the importance of being Fast Start qualified in 30 days. I can't even stress the importance of this. Enough. It is not complex to get 2 loyal customers. And me being a teacher, one thing I'm a special ed teacher, so I would never say, well, it's easy or that's not hard. Why are you, because what's hard for some is not hard for others, and it's very different. But I will say that it is not hard to get 2 loyal customers in 30 days if you're working your business. Are you posting on Facebook every single day? Are you actually trying to get these customers? If you're not trying, then yeah, it's going to be hard because you're not doing anything to get them. But I cannot stress the importance of getting those 2 loyal customers and having your auto shipment run within those first 30 days. You never really have to worry about being Fast Start qualified from here on out if you are in your first 30 days. Being eligible for bonuses and stuff like that, is huge. So, okay. It's getting to be past my bedtime. What do you do when you're in a rut, when you feel like you've messaged everyone of your friends list, but you really haven't? I know you have to motivate yourself mostly to message new people all the time, but sometimes I get stuck and I feel like I'm new at this and I get nervous to message new people. That's an excuse. Any advice on how to break out of the slump and get talking to more people? That's an excuse. I'm being real here. Message people. God, get out of your comfort zone here. You know, extend your network of friends. Find new people to find on Facebook and become friends with, and let them watch your journey. Don't like friend them and then go send them a message and be like, oh, hi, do you want to know about It Works? Because they, know the reason you just friended them. Something that I did, and it's on my page, is I printed out a list of every single Facebook friend that I have. And it probably is about 20 pages long after I printed it out. But what I did is I highlighted everybody green that was in It Works distributor or loyal customer, so I basically knew to stay away from them. If they were red, I knew I'm never messaging them. I don't care, no ifs, ands, or buts. Didn't matter what it was. If they said no, or if I just knew I wasn't going to message them. And then I would write follow up in February, follow up with this person, wants to be a DT, question. So I made notes next to every person. Now, I still have yet to finish that list because I think I'm on page, and I'm not even joking, I think I'm on page 10 out of 20. I haven't even finished half of it yet. So that's something that I did that really has worked for me, but I get so busy doing other things and following up that I have to go back to my drawing board basically to kind of get things going again. So, okay. So that's that. How do you get loyals to commit? I have so many on the fence. It's not like I'm hey, want to join? I don't really you can't bribe them or anything like that. But I honestly, if I have to answer that one, honestly, I would probably just say you've got to follow up. Follow up is key. So, show them what it can do for them. Never make it about you. I can't stand when I read a post on Facebook and it says, I need one more customer to blah, 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 blah. Well, they don't care. They don't care that you have a goal to meet. That means nothing for them. So if that's somebody that I've enrolled, I will message them and say, delete that post. It needs to be about them. So you got to reword it. It's all about how you word things. So make it about them. I want to help one more person, da, 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 da. And this is also why it's very important to watch other people on Facebook because you learn how people word things and blah, 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 whatever. And you can even steal posts and make it your own and whatever. We do that all the time. Constant communication, check back in. For me, when I get loyals to commit, I stress urgency. So for me, it's end of the month is always really good for me in my business because I'm stressing urgency. Oh my gosh, we got to get you in by the end of the month, blah, blah, blah. Which it doesn't do anything for them if they're in by the end of the month, unless they're a distributor and there's a promotion going on. But for loyals, it's just it gives me a reason to message them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so if you message, I can't stand it when people say, I messaged 20 people and I only heard from one. Well, you know what? That's okay. Did every single person write back to you and say, please never talk to me again? No, that's not going to happen. Think about how many times you've read a message and you haven't gotten back to that person right away because you're busy or you have your kids with you or you're at the grocery store when you get the message and then you forget to get back to them. So that's why follow-up is so important. So half the time people will say to me, oh my gosh, yeah, sorry I haven't messaged you back yet, blah, 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 whatever. But because I'm following up with them, they've got that little reminder going off in their head. So basically, keep messaging more people, I guess is what I'm trying to say. If you message 10 people and no one gets back to you, message 10 more people. Sorry, but no excuses in my book. So people aren't going to get back to you. People are going to be rude to you. Can you handle it? If you can't handle it, then figure out a way to handle it, because I'm not going to say quit, because we don't quit. Someone before, a way to not take no for an answer. Someone before they realize that they are interested. Someone before they realize they are interested in waiting. I don't know what that question is, but I guess a way to not take no for an answer. So I guess I'll try to curve that around and figure it out. But if someone is saying, well, maybe next month or, whatever, if they're saying no, or no, not now or whatever, I make it about them again, I guess. That's really what I fall back onto. And I guess that's why people can see that I am genuine, is because it's not about me. Like, yes, I share, like, oh, I got this bonus, or yes, I got this, or, whatever. But when I'm getting people signed up, it's about them. And I think that's probably one of the most important things, is that it has to be about them. It really does. Okay. So this is when we get into a couple touchy topics. So I'm going to be honest. Okay. So when you have people that are not using the tools that you've been given, so this is basically like a leader saying, I'm frustrated because I'm giving my team things and they're not using them. How do you stay on top of your team with using such things, or using... And the thing is, honestly, you cannot make somebody do something. You can't make somebody want it. You guys see what I do on the team page. I try to put things out there, but I have so many people on my team that don't use those. So it sucks, because I kind of wish that everyone would utilize it. Like this video I'm making right now, not even half of the team is going to even be watching it. And there's nothing I can do about it. I wish every single person would, because I'm sitting here taking the time after a really, really long day to make this video to help everybody. But that's just how it works. So I guess the best advice I can give for that is to put the tools out there and then do something to hold them accountable. So for me, I need to be better with, when I sign up a distributor, I need to be better about following up with them and making sure that I'm not just tagging them in a bunch of posts that are going to help them. I want to make sure that they're getting that post and they're printing out that document and they're actually reading it. So I need to check back in with them and say, hey, did you print off the distributor checklist? Yes or no. If they say no, okay, I need you to go print out the distributor checklist. If they say yes, then say, okay, well, where are you on that list? Have you checked off the first 3 or whatever it may be? So I guess I would say the same thing with like your leaders. If you put a video out there or something out there for them, check in with them and hold them accountable. If they say they haven't done it and they're making all these excuses, remind them of their why. That's my best advice. I'm so no excuses. So I feel kind of bad sometimes that I kind of call people out. But some people tell me that they're in it to win it type of thing, and then they'll throw an excuse my way. So I'll call them out, because I don't know. If you really want it, then you'll make no excuses. I didn't get to be double diamond by sitting here saying, oh, I just don't know how to do that, or, oh, these people aren't responding. They don't want to be my customer. I don't know what to do. I'm not making excuses. I find a way around it. You're going to have hurdles. So you need to accept that now. And then when those hurdles come, you just go over them and you kind of move on. I know that we should post all the time. Yes. And share our adventure. Yes. And incorporate It Works indirectly, but directly. Absolutely. So I guess let me explain kind of what that means. Like today I posted my screen on my computer with a glass of wine and my baby monitor, Parker. So basically this is my night, Parker, glass of wine, but I'm also incorporating my It Works into it and saying something about how I enrolled distributors, blah, 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 blah. I'm always sharing my adventure. I'm really, really try hard not to advertise, because people don't want to see any more advertisements. Anyways, getting back to the question, can you create a formula for daily posts? So this person said that they fall short come midweek. So something that I do that has worked for me is I set up my posts. If I know I have a really busy day, I'll open like 3 Facebook windows, and I will just get my posts ready for the day, like 1, 2, 3. So I know, okay, around like 2 o'clock I probably need to post this one. Around like 6 o'clock I probably need to post that one, or whatever it may be. Some are towards distributors, some are towards loyal customers. So you got to kind of figure that out. But I will tell you that there's a website that you can use that kind of, you set it up and then it posts it at a certain time. But I don't know if I haven't used it. I haven't heard the best things about it, I guess. It's just not very personable, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So use it to your liking, check it out. I'd actually be curious what you guys think of it. But apparently it's called Hootsuite. Hootsuite, Hoot, and then Suite. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Okay. Couple more things. What would you recommend we do if our team members don't answer us? Oh, God, this one's so hard. Sometimes we are going through a tough situation at home. They just stop answering me. And I put out there that I want them to come to me and tell me if they need a break. I want them to feel comfortable doing so. But no matter how much I tell them, they still don't talk to me and they still don't come to me. They don't come to me either sometimes. There's some people that, my gosh, they'll be in the hospital and they don't work their business for a week. And I'm like, why didn't you come talk to me? Like, I could have helped you. I could have, like, worked with your team while you were in the hospital. Why didn't you come talk to me? But I guess for me, the biggest thing that I recommend there is you've got to show them that you're a leader and that they can come to you. So you've got to show them, and I guess they've got to be able to trust in you. A lot of this has to do with trust. So for me, with my leaders, there's still some of my leaders that don't come to me. Like, I want to help their team if they need a break or if they, have a rough, week or something, whatever, something comes up. I wish that people would come to me, but they don't. So it's just part of the game. But I guess for me, ensuring, like, telling them that they can come to you, but you also have to show them that you are the leader, that you're their leader. So by leading by example, if you're just kind of sitting back, chilling, and you're like, oh, they just never come to me, I don't know. Well, do they consider you a leader? Are you out there working your business like you should? Are you leading your team by example? Are you out enrolling customers and distributors? Are you leading your team? Because that's a big thing. There's people above me that I don't go to, and I don't want to go to. So, if I'm being honest. You've got to show your team that you are their leader. You've got to earn their respect. All sorts of that. It's kind of like being a coach, I guess. Like, when I played sports and stuff, if I had a personal issue, well, I'm not going to go to my coach, but then my soccer coach, I would go to her because I loved her and she was awesome and she would understand. So think of, I guess, stuff like that, I guess, in comparison. But like my softball coach, heck no, I wouldn't tell them anything. So I don't know, just kind of think of it that way, I guess. Okay. Why do we say my cost, and how do we explain to potentials that it doesn't mean that I'm paying for it and it's free, and for people to get the wrong idea? Okay, so when we post something like, who wants, fat fighters at my cost? Well, in all honesty, the reason we're posting something like that is to lure somebody in or to get somebody to message me. So if I'm being honest, it's your responsibility that when they message you, you have to be clear. You can't just be like, oh yeah, let's sign you up. Give me your credit card. It's your responsibility. You are the one that posted that. They're messaging you because they want more information. You have to give them that more information. So if you say, fat fighters at my cost, it's your responsibility to share with them what your cost is. You don't get it for free. But don't be like, well, you can't get this for free. Like, share with them. The fat fighters, I get them for $23 and you can too, basically. So I guess that's probably, just make yourself clear, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, okay, those are all the questions. So, if you have any questions or concerns or anything or something further explained that you want, put it in the comments below the video. I'm trying to think of anything else that I left out. That is about it, I guess. But all right, I'm going to post this now probably, but I will probably answer questions and stuff tomorrow. So if you guys have any questions or anything, post it in the comments, and I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.